In 2007, I moved to Los Angeles, ended up working in television and film, doing hair and makeup, and it really changed my life. It gave me something to enjoy and something that I love doing every day. I moved to Hollywood to follow my dreams, to start a career and become somebody. When I was 3, my parents had a very nasty divorce. I was removed from my mother's custody completely, and then removed from my father's custody. So my grandparents stepped in immediately to ensure that I had support and love growing up. We lived on the Outer Banks in the Delta of Swansboro, North Carolina. My grandma, she would help me with my chores and help me with homework. She was always gentle, always kind. I don't think she ever raised her voice with me once. I looked up to my grandfather. He was an incredible role model for me. He was my dad. My grandfather was a man of faith and love. Taught me to always pick up a book and read, always look for the answers that you seek. He would say, everyone in this world, they're your children. It's up to you to take care of everyone that you meet. I had considered becoming a priest and going through seminary. I spent many years reading over historical religious texts, spiritual texts, and biblical texts from every corner of the world that I can get my hands on. My friends called me Azrael. The name Azrael means the peace of God. When I was 19 years old, my grandmother and my grandfather passed. I struggled. It was very hard. I moved to Los Angeles. I met this really lovely young girl, very sweet, very kind. Her name was Nair. She offered me a room for rent, a small duplex, an old mid-century modern little house behind Hollywood. Nair made incredible food and believed very much and very deeply in mystic and spiritual things. So on that level, I think we had a great connection. I was working 2 jobs at the time. Working always kept me going forward and feeling good about my life and about myself. One night, about 9 o'clock, I was on my way home and I just stopped to grab some food, just like any other night. And I got a phone call. Nair called me. She was screaming into the phone. I mean, I've never heard anybody scream like that before. I thought someone was hurting her. And I asked where she was, and she said, please get home. I need help. I get in the car, I sped home, drove right up on the front lawn. The house was pitch black. The front light wouldn't work. None of the lights in the house would come on. It was so dark. I mean, you couldn't see anything. I came to Nair's bedroom, and her skin was white as snow. Her whole body somehow was compressed into the mattress as if there was 1,000 pounds on top of her. There was something unnatural about it. I was terrified. We need to get out of here. Just grab her. I just took her out of the house. Right into my car, and I sped off down the street. Drove as fast as I could to get as far away as I could from that house. Within a few minutes, her color came back. She started to cry uncontrollably, and she was screaming. I had to pull over. I put my jacket on her and just held her. And I asked her, what happened? She said that she was in the kitchen, that she was making food. There was a voice in her ear. And she said that it was speaking in a language that she'd never heard before. There was fear and death and some darkness that was injected into her. And every word it spoke was paralyzing. She didn't want to go back to the house. She wants to go to her best friend's house. So I take her there. And I decided that before we went back to the house, I'd stop by one of the churches and talk to a priest and tell him what was going on. He knew I was telling the truth. He was very, very concerned for our well-being. He said, you should not re-enter the house. You should wait until daylight. And I said, no, it's my house. I'm gonna take my house back. I'm gonna go right now. The priest, he said, well, you're gonna need me to go with you. And we got to the house. The light still did not turn on. The priest stepped out in front of me and asked me to stay behind him. And I could tell that he was scared.